So next we're going to be bringing on Hollis Roberts. She is a resume guru and quite the interesting professional as well. A little bit about her there. Let's bring on Hollis and say hi to her. Hello, Hollis. Are you?
Hi.
Oops, wait, something. There she is. Hi. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Absolutely. We're so excited to have you back. You were great the last time, so I'm sure it'll be just as superb this time.
Thank you.
So one of the things, one of the questions that just popped up, and I want to kind of give you a chance to hop onto this one, Hollis. I think you and Foster. I want to get y'all's takes on this one. Amber asked. She said, "I love all these questions. I fully support betting the company as a good match. Back to my previous comment, fear. I'm just concerned that I don't have the luxury of asking these questions now, or should I just need to be grateful that they are talking to me at all? Is it feasible to grill an employer for the truth?" Oh, Foster's got a real strong opinion. Let's let him go first.
Guys, I've been in corporate America a long time. Now, in today's corporate America, you want to know what you're plugging yourself into. You should not feel timid to ask very probing questions. You are involved. The decision that you're going to make involves more people than just yourself.
Right.
Hey,
100%.
Catherine's got a family. I can't dominate all of Catherine's time. She's got things to do. She got to get to the beach, and she got to take people to the beach with her, and she got a new boat.
I know. I got dogs. I've got all kinds of things.
She got a sister in Waco. We all got to go to Waco. Y'all, Waco's more fun than y'all know.
It's gotten better.
I see Hollis was shaking her head too, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, Hollis, what do you have to say to that one?
Yeah, no, I was doing the same thing. I was shaking my head big time here because I think a lot of times the strategies that we're using right now to try to land a job quickly are the ones that are making it hard for us to actually get a job.
Yeah.
And one of them, right? So if you've been furloughed, lost a job, just seeing the job market in general, it can really be a knock to our confidence.
Right.
And, companies are also scared about who they are hiring because they want somebody who's going to actually stay at their company and not somebody who's landing a bridge job quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you're asking questions about the job, you're showing some serious interest and that you're investigating them and you want to match just as much as they do. So I think it's actually a huge win if you're still doing that, not a thing to be scared of at this time.
I 100% agree with you, Hollis. And I think too, and that was perfectly worded, by the way. And I think too that it's more important now than ever that you're doing that. Because it shows companies that you do still care, that you're not just desperate. And okay, it's kind of like in the dating world where you can smell desperation on somebody, right? You just know they got that stank on them, right? Like you just know that they're just desperate. That's not attractive. That's not attractive.
It's happening now with people searching for jobs for sure.
Yes, and so don't be desperate. Don't have that hint of desperation on you. Have a sense of I am confident. I know what I want, even if you're not. Fake it till you make it, okay? And get in there. And human beings have. I wish Michaela was still on for this little comment. We have a fight or flight response, right? All animals and human beings are included in this have fight or flight. A lot of people right now are in flight. They're afraid. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. You got to get yourself in fight mode. Now, I have a tendency to immediately go to fight, which is not necessarily always beneficial. But when it comes to business, and when it not physically fighting people, but when it comes when it comes to physical, when it comes to business, and when it comes to job hunting, I've always had the fight where I could just get, let's just go, let's just do this, and I know what I want, and I'm targeted. And I have tenacity about it. That's always been part of me. So if you don't feel that, find it. Listen to some music that gets you pumped up. Talk to that person that really pumps you up. Call Foster or Ryan or message us and get us to give you a speech. You watch a movie clip that inspires you, something, but get that mentality when you're job searching, when you're interviewing, get into fight mode, not flight, because flight will hold you back. Fight will move you forward.
I want the listeners to watch Hollis's face when I say this, because this is something I know that Catherine hears. But Catherine, you don't understand. I just need a job. Now look
Look
at
at her face. There it was. That was the face.
Yes,
Hollis gave us the stank lip.
That's a stank.
That's a
I just
stank.
need a job. And so what I see even from a resume standpoint is people trying to broaden their skill set and try to be everything. Like I could do
Right.
anything. I could
I can't even help those people.
Right.
Exactly, because trying to do everything to everyone is the opposite of
Right.
what's going to get you hired. You need to show them that you
Right.
match what they're looking for.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
I'm with you. Those I just need a job is the candidate that is not
Yes.
going to interview.
And even if
Culture,
it's true,
I can
guys,
do anything.
even if it's true, keep it to yourself. You know?
Well, it's exciting to think differently. If you really
Yeah.
need a job, then it's more important to find your niche, understand who you are, what you offer companies, so that you're putting that
Yes.
in the universe, and that somebody can take and help you get hired for. So you can go to a Foster, another,
100%. And Amber,
you can find that.
right. And Amber, I'm with you. Yeah. Reach out to us and play that music. It works. I have some different songs that get me keyed up, and I'm a beast after I listen to those songs. So Hollis, your expertise is resumes, and you have some really interesting tips. So can you?
Okay.
And we've talked about the ATS and how that's a monster, but you still have to show your unique value, and it's just this whole hullabaloo. So you walk us through how you would tell people right now to present themselves effectively on a resume.
Sure. I think there's a lot of steps that we naturally miss because we just want the resume, right? We just think we need this piece of paper and that's going to be our get a job. And really there's steps we need to do beforehand. So we need to get clear on what we want and what we offer. Once you understand that, you have to create an action plan because a resume is just one tiny piece of what you're putting out into the universe to help you get a job. So formulate your elevator speech, your talking points, and then create your resume. When you're creating your resume and also your LinkedIn profile and your elevator pitch, the most important thing to do is to be strategic. So to think with the end in mind. So to say, if I am looking for an account executive role at an advertising agency, then what skills do I have? What experiences have I gained that would help me get that job? So it's thinking backwards, and then you create your resume with that in mind. And one thing that we often think a resume is just a history of all of the responsibilities and jobs we've ever had. And it is not. It's a tool to show why you're qualified for the job you want next. So just those little flips in thinking immediately help us approach our resume writing and our job search differently. And I usually tell people of all the things you do, and I know you don't usually hear resume writers say this, but of all the things you do, start your resume last. You start having the conversations first.
Yep.
Start getting connected, to start talking to people about what's available. You're likely to get a job through somebody you know, not through a system or online. So quit focusing on the resume. You do need one. But really what you need is to get clear on what it is that you offer. So I work with my clients on that too, and getting clear on what it is that you offer and writing a resume because it can be big time consuming thing for a lot of folks. And right now we don't all have the time for it.
100%. Yes. So when it comes to relaying your personal value on your resume, what are your recommendations? What are your tips for that?
Sure. My recommendations for being clear on your unique value is number one, not to try to manufacture something. So to really think back and look at the experiences that you've had and when you feel like you've been most successful and to find the common thread between all of them. So usually you can look back and it doesn't just have to be work, but when were you volunteering where you thought you were really successful? What kind of projects? Is it that you're always turning around challenging accounts and or are you the one who finds a solution when nobody else can? Like, what is your common thread? And that is the basis that you can use to start articulating your unique value. And from there, you can build your resume in a way that shows experiences that match up to that summary, that elevator of who you are. And your job experience is really your street cred. Yep, been there, done that. It's not your end all be all. I think a lot of us want to not leave out any single responsibility we've ever had for fear.
Right.
That nobody's going to like it, but really showing that you can be strategic is one of the most important things. It's the top skill that we see employers even looking
Yes.
for and think,
Yeah.
well, be strategic. So showcase it on your resume. If you
Yes.
can't, you will not get hired for a job.
Right.
And that's just being blunt.
Right. And being, and I tell you, being on the other side of the desk, be clear about what you do. Please do not put some vague description. I have literally had titles combined with job descriptions where by the time I read the whole thing through twice, I still had no clue what they'd done. Not a single clue. You have to remember that you're telling somebody who doesn't know you what you do, right? So you have to relay it. It's like that thing they had us do in school, right? Where you write a essay teaching somebody how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? It sounds so simple, but when you sit there and you have to break down all the steps and everything, realizing that you're talking to somebody who doesn't know how to do it, it's kind of the same thing with the resume, right? You've got to kind of hold out there. So what about beating the ATS? Because we've talked about this. Now with recruiters, first of all, shame on you if you're a recruiter and you have your ATS set to filter out anything at all. You should be looking at everything that comes your way if you're a recruiter. But for the big companies, the HR people have no control over that, right? So so the truth is, if you're going to apply to bigger companies, you have to be able to beat an ATS. And with some recruiting companies out there too. How do you go about beating the ATS?
Sure. And I know there's a lot of resume writers who specialize in beating the ATS system. And I have a big bank that I recommend to people. And that is important. It's unfortunate now that if you want to work at a large company, you have to have two resumes, the ATS resume, and it's pretty ugly. So also a resume that you'd actually circulate to your friends. So my way of beating the ATS system is probably not what you hear from most resume writers. And it's to start talking to people.
I love that.
But find someone else who works at that company who can also submit your resume. That's the way to beat it. There's no
100%.
You spend way too much time thinking there's some fancy algorithm in LinkedIn and
I know
answer a word we can put on our resume. When the truth is, we just have to become more confident about getting out there and having conversations with people.
Yes,
so
that is
100%.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're an introvert, guys. Again, I want to stress this. It is okay to be an introvert. You can still do these things. LinkedIn messaging kind of gives you that buffer. You can send emails. A lot of big companies have email directories. Get on there. Sorry, my glasses are bothering me today. Get on there and connect with people, even if you don't want to have a personal conversation or a video chat if that makes you uncomfortable, still connect to them. And Hollis, I want to also ask you your opinion. What are you seeing that's different right now with COVID going on and everything now reclosing and and all that? What are you seeing?
As far as jobs are concerned,
or how your candidates are feeling and how they're responding to this.
Got it. I think there's a lot of fear out there and unknown. And one of the things that can be shaking our confidence at the moment is just the media and all of the news that there's no jobs. It's hard to get a job. Will they be extending the unemployment benefits that have come through? So there's just a lot of fear talk. And I think we're focused on the fear. That's the big thing that I've really heard. And I think that there's a great opportunity right now because we're also all in the same boat. There's a lot of camaraderie that can happen through this. And choose for the camaraderie to be around fear or choose for it to be around uplifting each other and helping each other. And
100%.
I just think the greatest way to even land a job is by helping other people and not even putting out trying to circulate who can help me. It's just that idea of starting to share.
And
this is what I do. I can help you in that capacity in your personal life. Let me do it. And then things come back around to you in the career space too.
It's so true. And guys, when we tell you to connect to these folks that are coming on the show and all that, do it because they know people. And if you go to these different events and you circulate around, eventually it will pay off. It may not be as quickly as you'd like. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you that in 30 days you'll definitely have a job. That's not true. But if you get out there and you circulate, the more you circulate, the more effective it is. Get out there and really spend time and target people that work around the space in which you want to be.
Yes, and what I tell people too is start listening to this advice early. Oftentimes, it's 3 months in when they hear this advice, but then they still go about trying to apply online for jobs because that feels safe and it's how they got their last job. And then after 3 months, they start having that panic that nobody wants them. Not that they're trying to apply for jobs in a way that doesn't even work anymore. If that doesn't occur, what occurs to them is that something's wrong with them. And so I just suggest listen to these tips, start talking to people, get clear on what you want, what you offer, and start this quickly so that you're searching in the right way for jobs now.
Right. And I do want to address something real quick, because something that you said made me, and I know that this isn't what you meant, but it just popped into my head, this ridiculous post I saw on LinkedIn. Somebody actually posted, and I'm not going to give any names or anything, but they actually posted that something like 75% of jobs aren't even posted anywhere. You just have to know somebody. That is not accurate. I just want to put that out there. Now, you do need to also communicate with people to get.
But not that high.
You're right. You do need to still connect with people, like Hollis is saying, and like we've said throughout the show. You still need to connect to people, make that personal connection. But you can still apply on Indeed and potentially get a job that way. You can still apply on ZipRecruiter, Monster. Definitely check out Project Help You Grow. You can see them on our website, careerlaunch2020.com, or go to their site directly. Recruiters, because here's the thing, guys. For compliance reasons, companies have to post jobs. Okay, this is just fact of life. So most jobs actually are posted. So I don't know where this person got their information, or if they just said it to try to sell their product. I don't know. But that is absolutely not true.
Well, what I do think is true, though, Catherine, is that while there is a large segment of jobs that are not posted, there are an even larger amount of jobs that are posted with a candidate already in mind.
Right.
That is actually the bigger problem. It's not so much that they're not there. Yeah. It's not so much that they're not there. They post them because, like I said, compliance, right? They're supposed to post them. So that's why you also need to know people. That's why you have to do both, right? Do apply, because sometimes that works, but don't spend all of your job energy on that, right? Do some of that. Yeah. Change it up. Do something different.
Spend more time connecting with people than you do applying and looking for jobs online. If there's one that I would recommend to people, it would be that. So start sending your resume to people and just connecting and getting back out there and being part of your professional community again.
100%. And we kind of got to get ready for our next guest, who I'm very excited about. But Hollis, can you tell people how to connect with you and kind of reach out to you?
My website is career-design.com, and you can also find me on LinkedIn, LinkedIn-Hollis Roberts. And I would absolutely love to connect with you. And I just want to see people land jobs they love. So if I can do something for you, while I do this for a living, I just want to help people genuinely. So I will answer any question you send me in my inbox and point you in any direction I can to get the support you need.
Guys, Hollis is a good one. She's got all the energy. She's got the right attitude. And she will help you in any way that she can.
You see how we are down here in Dallas?
Right. I know, Big D. That's my home. That's where I'm from. And real quick, we did have a comment from Deborah Wolf again. Companies post jobs that are not valid, that they aren't really filling, or that are posted every month as though it is new. Here's what's happening there. A lot of times it's something with, like they said, where they already had a candidate in mind, which stinks, but it happens. The other thing is, sometimes it's not that they're not filling it. Sometimes they expect high turnover. That can be it. Or they're just lazy and didn't take it down. That also happens too. It could be all three. But thank you so much, Hollis. Have a wonderful day. Everybody connect to Hollis. She's amazing.
Hollis.
Bye.
Bye, Hollis. All right.